Hello, hi, and welcome again to the Terminal Podcast, where in the end, it's all about the numbers. This afternoon, we continue this hireman's return to the Castle on the Hill with another THS alum to answer a few questions. Please share your name and where you're calling from.
Sure. My name is Rasheda Garcia, THS alum, class of 1995, and I am calling in from Homedale, New Jersey.
Okay. Rashida, you're here tonight to answer the William E. Brown Memorial Questionnaire as build up to the THS Class of 1995 30-year reunion on October 18. The event includes a 10:30 a.m. tour of our old stomping grounds by a student ambassador with coffee, juice, and Teaneck Bagels to start the day. Later that evening, from 6 to 10, there's a full dinner buffet and open bar at Napoli Restaurant in Fort Lee with music by our own DJ Chalice. There's more info, including discounted hotel info and how to pay for all this fun. Check the invite me link in the description for full details, or you can find it on the THS group on the Facebook, or maybe it's on other social media apps. I don't know. I'm old, hence the 30-year anniversary. Uh, but as a former winner of this prestigious and random award, I'm here to ask someone else random questions, and after your answers, you may receive the same accolades I did.
Yeah,
Rashida, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Question number one. Do you still think or say you're from New Jersey? And this would be since you're in New Jersey now, when you leave the state, when you're abroad and international, do you still say you're from New Jersey?
Absolutely. And it's so funny because no matter where I travel, I always mention Teaneck, and people know Teaneck worldwide. I love to travel. Teaneck always comes up. Oh, my husband is from Teaneck. My long lost cousin is from Teaneck. So absolutely. I am actually proud to be from New Jersey.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Question number two. What was your favorite mall growing up?
Favorite mall growing up was absolutely the Garden State Plaza. I think that was the it spot back then. Although it wasn't what it is now, my friends and I love to go to the Garden State Plaza just to walk around, window shop, eat at the food court. The food court was my favorite place. So Garden State Plaza for the win.
Okay. What I was gonna say, so when was the last time you in still in Jersey? When was the last time you were at a mall?
The last time I was at the Garden State Plaza was probably maybe a month ago.
Just
It
any
is
mall. So that was the last mall you were at,
the
just
last
period.
mall. Yeah, probably. I
Okay.
try to do some online shopping because the malls are just crazy. Especially up here. We have so many, but they're so busy and packed. But probably about a month ago.
Okay. Question three. Have
Mhm.
you ever used advanced math like pre-calculus or trigonometry since high school?
No. Absolutely not. You know what? I am in HR. Um, I do use a little bit of advanced math when we are rolling out our benefits enrollment. We have to calculate how much the employee will pay versus how much the employer will pay. That's some advanced math, certainly not trigonometry
And so yeah,
level, but I guess you can say it's a mid-advanced.
that sounds like advanced algebra, not necessarily
Yeah,
advanced
yeah,
pre-cal or anything like that.
yes,
But okay.
exactly.
All right. Uh, question number four. What do you think of drivers from other states?
I can say the drivers in New York are ruthless. I can only speak about New York City or maybe a couple other states, but let's focus on New York City. They are ruthless. They don't care about you. They will run you over like you were mincemeat and keep going, especially the taxi drivers. So I can say drive in New York City at your own risk.
Okay. Question number five. Do you still have or wear any of the clothing you wore in high school?
Yes, actually, I am in a phase where I really like to wear my cheerleading socks. So we used to wear like these wigwam slouchy socks. They've somehow returned, And I absolutely love my wigwam socks. I actually had them on Saturday. Tennis skirts have made like their way back. I had a few back then, wearing some now, and actually big earrings. So you can't really see, but I have on some big gold hoop earrings. Love, love, love. They are a staple for me. So absolutely.
So you're wearing clothing. Is it clothing that you wore while you were in high school, or is it the same clothing you wore when you were in high school?
So clothing that I wore, you know what? I have some gold jewelry that I used to wear in high school that I still have now.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, not these, and certainly not the socks. But it is very, very similar.
What do you mean, certainly not the socks? I was gonna
I
say, so
mean, I don't have my
okay,
socks from 95. I wish I did.
okay. So it's not that. All right. Question number 6. Do you remember the black door and the white door?
Yes.
Speaking 30 years later, your thoughts on those doors.
Oh my God. I can say that I always use the black door because I just happen to live on that side of town. But the Black Door was just everything to me because the Black Door was a place where I could meet with friends before work. We could chill during lunch. We could chill after school, not work. Um, and it was really just a meeting place.
Mm,
There you saw all the latest fashions. People from other schools would pull up to the Black Door. The Black Door was the it spot. I had so many good times at the Black Door that it was really a gathering place for me. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And we knew that was the meeting spot. So before we get into class, we're going to meet at the Black Door. We're going to discuss everything that happened over the weekend. We're going to discuss everything that we're going to do today. And I love the Black Door. It was such a big part of my high school experience.
okay. Question number 7. Who did you have a crush on that never knew?
Oh my God, I can't believe this. So, he is happily married now.
I think the statute of limitations on high school crushes has gone long, long past.
Yeah, I had the biggest crush. Oh my God, I can't even believe I'm saying this. And shout out to him. He probably won't see this, but he was a senior when I was a freshman. So before I released the name, he was so smart. He was so athletic. And he was just so like everything. He became a Morehouse man, I believe, and is so educated and still seems to be that person now. But it was Lorenzo Ball. Shout out to him. Like I said,
Okay.
he is happily married now, but he never knew.
Okay. But that was when we're our freshman year, he was a senior. So he
Yeah.
was okay. Okay.
We were freshmen and he was a senior and he was just like Mr. Everything, Mr. Intelligent, Mr. Socialite, Mr. Athlete. And of course he never knew. I was a peon. I was a freshman.
I was gonna say it probably didn't help that you were a freshman,
I
but
was a
that's
freshman.
fine. Um, all right, question number 8. Since we've graduated, how far have you physically traveled from Teaneck High School, sort of as that being a center point? How far have you gone?
The farthest I've gone, I've done quite a bit of traveling. I would say, where is the farthest I've gone? That is a good question. I don't know what's farther. I love the Caribbean islands, so I've been to
Okay.
quite a few. The most recent one I went to was St. Lucia. Absolutely beautiful island. Absolutely. St. Croix, Aruba. So maybe one of those islands, I can't say as the farthest.
Not any place out west, not Vegas or anything like that,
Oh,
or
yes, of course. I've been to California. I've been to Vegas. So yeah, I guess as far as the US, it would
distance
be,
wise. Yeah.
yeah, it would be California, I guess.
Okay. All right. Question number 9. What do you remember the science classrooms at Teaneck High School looking like?
I was thinking about this and preparing for this interview. I loved my marine biology class. And I can picture that we actually had scopes. I guess those are like telescopes. We had all
Mhm.
different types of scopes that we could look under to look at like specimens. We had pictures of all types of marine life in that classroom. And we sat at like, it was like wooden desks, but they weren't like separate desks. They were long desks with just like stools. I
Mhm.
loved that class, and I really looked forward to going to that class. It was the best. So that was marine biology. Can't remember the teacher, but the best class.
Okay. And question number 10. What do you remember most from your life before graduation? Just a moment that kind of stands out. Like this is something that happened to me before I graduated high school. Doesn't necessarily have to be from high school, but just a moment before.
That is a great question. I think one of the defining moments, and I think I was in TJ, was the Philip Pinnell shooting. I think it made such a deep impact on me for so many different reasons. Obviously, Phil and I were friends and we were neighbors, but then it just changed my whole perspective on life. Before that, I really thought that Teaneck was just the perfect place. I had never experienced anything like that. And then just like the writing, it was so eye-opening to me that it just changed my perspective, I think, on race relations in the world. And, a child being shot by a cop. Back then, it just wasn't even heard of for me. I think I lived with like rose-colored glasses on before that. So I would certainly say that was probably one of the most defining moments for me growing up.
Okay. You have reached the end and shall
Wow.
receive the same accolades as this former winner. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
As always, the Terminal Podcast ends with a trivia question. In our yearbook, isn't it funny how time flies? You are graced with a great color photo. It is split across the bind, but you are still sporting a cheerleader's uniform. So if we probably can find the same socks and tennis skirt that you were referring to before. According to USA Cheer, the first known cheer in the United States took place in New Jersey. The crowds at Princeton University said, rah, 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 tiger, 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 sis, 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 boom, boom, boom. Ah, Princeton, Princeton, Princeton. I didn't say it was a good cheer, but the number I'm looking for is in what year was that Princeton cheer shouted? This is according to USA Cheer. So, you know,
I'm just going to take a wild shot at this. I'm going to say
mhm.
1967.
1967. That's fine. That is the number. Thank you for listening
Thank
to the
you.
latest W.E. Brown questionnaire. Once again, this is a promotional tool for the THS Class of 95 30-year reunion on October 18. Events include a return to the Castle on the Hill, discounted hotel rooms, a full dinner buffet, and open bar, along with fellow Highwayman DJ Chalice on the Wheels of Steel. Check the Invite Me link in the description for full details and the answer to the trivia question. I'll be back soon enough with hopefully something better to put down. Rashida, thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And take it
Bye.
easy down your life's highway. Have a good afternoon.